Hi, family. Today's lesson is the God who finds a way to bring you back. Our scripture reference today comes from 2 Samuel chapter 14, verse 14. And we're going to read from the NLT. All of us must die eventually. Our lives are like water spilled out on the ground, which cannot be gathered up again. But God does not just sweep life away. Instead, He devises ways to bring us back when we are separated from Him. There's something powerful in this text. The Bible said God devises means. That means God is strategic about restoration. He is intentional about reconciliation. He is creative about bringing his children home. God does not sit in heaven hoping you accidentally find your way back. He devises ways. He opens doors. He sends people. He allows circumstances. He whispers through conviction. He speaks through pain. He reaches through mercy because God refuses to let the story end with distance. Family, today I got 5 topics I'd like to share with you. My first one is God pursues us even after we drift. One of the greatest lies the enemy tells us is you're going too far now. But throughout scripture, we see a God who keeps pursuing people who walked away. When Adam sinned in the garden, God came walking saying, "Where art thou?" Not because God lost Adam, but because Adam lost himself. When Jonah ran from God, the Lord sent a storm, not to destroy him, but to redirect him. When Peter denied Jesus 3 times, Jesus did not replace him. After the resurrection, Jesus came back asking Peter 3 times, "Peter, do you love me?" This is the kind of God we serve. He is not looking for reasons to abandon you. He is looking for ways to restore you. Somebody listening today has been running emotionally, running spiritually, running mentally, but God sent His word to tell you, I still know where you are. My second topic, sometimes God uses trouble to bring us back. Nobody likes hardship. Nobody enjoys pressure. But sometimes the very thing we call punishment is actually divine pursuit. The prodigal son did not come home while he had money. He came back when the famine hit. It was the breaking point that created the turning point. Some of us only prayed because life got hard. Some only sought God after a heartbreak. Some only came to church after the addiction, the avoidance, the depression, or the disappointment. And while the pain was real, God used it as a bridge to bring you back to Him. Romans 8:28 says all things work together for good. Even your mistakes, even your failures, even the seasons you are ashamed of. God knows how to turn a mess into a message and a detour into destiny. My third topic, God sends people to pull us back. God devises means through people. Sometimes your restoration is connected to one conversation, one praying grandmother, one persistent friend, one preacher, one co-worker, one invitation. You thought they were just checking in on you, but heaven assigned them to you. The enemy wanted isolation because isolation weakens you, but God sends community because community heals you. That is why you cannot ignore people God places in your life. Some are carrying instructions for your next season. My fourth topic, Jesus is God's greatest way of bringing us back. The greatest means God ever devised was Jesus Christ. Sin separated us from God. We were banished by our own rebellion, but God loved us so much to leave us disconnected. So He wrapped Himself in flesh, walked among broken people, touched lepers, restored outcasts, forgave sins, and died on the cross to bring us back home. That was not an accident. It was a rescue mission. Jesus became a bridge between lost humanity and a loving God. That is why no matter how broken someone is, there is still hope because grace is bigger than guilt. My fifth and final topic, God is still calling people home. The beautiful thing about God is this, He never stops calling. Even when you ignore Him, even when you resist Him, even when you fail repeatedly, God still devises ways. Sometimes through a sermon, sometimes through worship, sometimes through tears in the middle of the night, sometimes through a crisis, sometimes through unexpected peace. But one way or another, God keeps reaching because He wants a relationship more than religion, connection more than performance, restoration more than condemnation. So, in closing, maybe you feel distance today. Maybe life pulled you away. Maybe disappointment hardened your heart. Maybe shame convinced you that God was done with you. But hear this clearly: if God wanted to give up on you, He would have stopped calling. The very fact that your heart is still stirred, the very fact that this word is speaking to you, the very fact that you still feel conviction is proof that God is still devising ways to bring you back. And when you come back to Him, you will discover something powerful. He never stopped loving you. Until the next lesson, blessings, fam.